Okay, welcome guys, welcome. Again, I apologise for my voice. I've been quite ill the last week. Actually, yeah, it's been about a week, I guess. But particularly the last few days, really feeling quite under the weather. Feeling a little bit better today, so we'll see how we go. Don't know how long I'll be able to stream for, but my voice has been not the greatest. So I'm drinking lots of water and doing that sort of stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. So today we are going to be trying to fix up our money situation. And we're going to be doing that through a couple of ways. We're going to be trying to raise more money through taxation, etc. And we're also going to be trying to, in the meantime, we're going to be also trying to take over, what's it called? It is called Lithostone. So we're going to be trying to take over Lithostone in through here as well. Hi Beacon, how are you going? And so so we're going to be doing it through culture as well. We're going to be trying to raise the overall culture. So if you just get rid of the characters by just pressing the number 1 key to start with, remember it's all whenever you do WASD, you always are picking different modes, and A is the attack mode. I was just trying to move to the left. Got to remember it's this way. If you keep on doing that, just press the I key and it'll go back to inspection mode. That's the safest mode to actually have. And then you might just move these things out as well, so we can sort of see what's going on. That will be inspect is the one that we've actually got. But W is I don't think W is actually in there, but S is strategic move. Anyway, it's WASD is not the greatest. Like if you're in the habit of doing that, it's not going to help you much. So we've got a few different things going on here. We've got 2 factions that are friendly with us. So if we have a look at the actual group, so they're at peace. Now they've gone backwards a little bit. They were at 100%, but they're now at 86. But we want to keep on trying to keep them on side. Now we didn't buy some of the stuff from them. They're going to be wanting to sell the stuff. And down through here as well, we've got another one that's at peace. These are farmers, and so we actually have a protectorate with them. So we do actually have a thing where we're trying to give them protection, which should then help us over time. Down here we also have another one, I think. Yeah, this one here, Cleistin, is also at peace. These are more guardians, and they've got Emanian protection, which is the main group in here. This is the Emanian Republic. And so they're friendly as well at this stage. So if we manage ourselves correctly, we should be able to finish off what we need to do in around the territory around us, like claim Lithostone, for example, and then also claim the city that's up in here as well, before we then have to start to really deal with the majors. And by that stage, we should be, hopefully, on top of things economically. And economically is now the problem that we actually have, more than anything else, to be honest. So if we go and have a look at a few different things, I guess we should start with the economics. Let's just go to the reports. And we'll sort of get a bit of an idea as to what's going on there. We've got our income tax at 40%. This is, and what I should maybe do is also just get the, the manual up, just so we can actually look at different things, just so that we can actually, so I can just be very specific about what is going on. The only way to minimize the game is to go into prefs and then minimize. Let's just do that. And I will just go and grab Sumatra PDF, which has got exactly what we're looking for. This is the Shadow Empire manual ebook. So I've just got this one sort of loaded in with different things. Now, if I go back up to the very, very top, and then I just do a search for tax. On beginner and regular, you start with 20% income tax. On hard and extreme, you start at 0%. So this is difficulty levels. That's only one thing. Let's just keep it going. So we'll keep on having a bit of a look. Private assets, send a part of their production to you as tax. Okay, that's not really going to worry us. Credits, the key source of obtaining these is from taxing your zones. Yep, that's okay as well. Now, we need them to be actual, zones that we control properly. You receive, now, credit. This is service tax and income tax from your population. Other taxes in the game of sales tax, which can be paid by the traders, and tariffs. Okay, so we can put tariffs on things as well. But really, it's the income tax is the one that I'm really wanting to have. But it should show me, I hope, in here, where the what the difference means, like in through here. If I go to, for example, if I go beyond 40%, I'm pretty sure at the difficulty level I'm playing, it's going to then make it so that the AI, like the population, will then be negative about me. So I need to just keep it where it is, I think. I'm just going to quickly go through. Right, that's okay. So regular and unincorporated zones. So the unincorporated zones have the following different rules. You'll still receive service tax from the zone. So we still get a little bit of extra stuff coming in from the actual zone itself. But we don't get the actual tax that was what we really need. So no sales or income tax will be imposed. There we are. That's a big thing. So telling me then, there we go. So we've got taxation. You expect the following: service tax, income tax. It's not telling me where it actually starts to fall off. Yeah, so the zone stats interaction, an overview of how some of the zone stats influence each other. The quality of life is what we're going to be dealing with a lot today. So civilization greater than quality of life, increased pop happiness and civilization. Quality of life greater than civilization, increased pop happiness. Hang on, let's reduce the first one. The civilization level is greater than quality of life. We need to get the quality of life up. This is actually fairly important. Loyalty, greater than 50, so we decrease unrest. So we need to get our loyalty up as well everywhere. Zone events. It's not really telling me, again, the taxation that we have, as in what the actual amounts actually are. And that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah, I'm not sort of seeing too much else there. Okay, the higher your government profile, the more likely it is your population will put up with higher taxation levels. Actually, I didn't know that. So that's actually interesting. Yeah, enforcement. Service tax bonus of plus 50% for enforcement. That's not what we have. Just keep it going. Emergency tax. Yeah, these are all different things you can then sort of go and get. No, that's okay. No, it looks like it's a lot more convoluted than what it just used to be. A flat, you would end up with problems if you actually ended up with too much else that was going on around you. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, hi, George, how are you going? So if we have a look at the reports, and we have a look, basically, most of this is now to do with the new system, which is the Virtus system, and how things are sort of then working. Our word score is terrible, so we're going to have to start, when we say start to say things, we're going to need to follow through on those. That's going to be very, very important. Okay, so sick is redeemed. I thought you already had one sick in this one. Maybe I may be wrong. Management, leaders. So we've got, because there's not very many left. We've got Ronnie. I can give you that one. Yeah, I can give you that one there. Cornelius. Yeah, Ronnie is the only other one I can really give you at this stage. Excuse me, if I just go back into here, rename, this will be sick. Sick Mitchell, there we are, the governor of Castle now. This is the second city that we actually have at this stage. Right, so we've got a few different things in through here now going on. None of our people are all that great, to be honest, and so we're going to be needing to also focus on trying to get better and better people. This is funny because we're a meritocracy. A meritocracy is all about getting the best people for the job, and we have not been able to do that. Just go back to our reports again. So the income tax is on 40%. Sales tax, we could get that up if we had to as well, but we're not going to get too much money from that. Not as much as until things start to sort of really thump along. If we have a look at the Treasury cash flow, so this is the sales and income tax that we end up getting. Now, for London is an incorporated zone, and Castleknock is unincorporated. So we need to get Castleknock up to being friendly, but we need to also develop London. So both of them need to be built up, and we probably need to now focus on that a little bit, and even at the expense of being too violent with anyone else. So we've got, we're at 40% in through there. We're only getting 64 revenue from the income tax, and the service tax we're getting is 14. So the sales tax we get is 4, income tax is 64 and 14 from there. We do get a little bit of service tax in from Castle now, and so the totals we end up getting are around about 80 or 90, which is not enough for the outgoings. So the outgoings we have salaries and bonuses back in through here. Essentially, we've got 129 credits which are going out, plus the salaries. I don't know if it'll give us a full amount. There we go. We've got total in and outflow. 93 credits coming in, 233 credits of expenses. So we have to make up a lot every single turn. So what does that mean? We have to make up about 140 at this stage, which is actually quite difficult. So we need to get the populations happier. We need to get the we need to sort of basically just work on what's going on with the actual with what's going on in here. So if we go to London as an example and go to the City of London, I'll just go and change the assets to just a single element there. So where we actually have a look at this one through here, you can see the population, the happiness is dropping, and we've got like a few little things. We've got a festivities law which is raised by 1 point. It's increased by 1 point natively, but there's high danger. So we've actually had an issue where there's been danger levels, and it will diminish slowly over time. But this is pulling the overall happiness of the population down. It's also a minor city, so it's city level 4, but we don't have the infrastructure to make it culturally anything at the moment. We've got a barbaric. This is a civilization score of the population. This is terrible, and this is what we have to focus on. You can see down through here we have like a fairly good. This is the entertainment points. These scores are generated by assets like arenas or brothels. Education points are done through schools and universities. Security points are done through like the scout stations, etc., etc. You know, anything we've got to sort of deal with security. Then the health points here are generated by hospitals or sewers. Now, I don't think we've got any cards that will allow us to do that. If we look at the zones, no, we don't. So we're going to have to get hospitals fairly urgently, I think, just to get our health points up. And we can, while we're here, we might as well look at Castle now as well. So Castle now has got nothing at all. And so what this one does is it basically gives you a scoring over here, the entertainment score. It'll say based on the entertainment points, the quality of life points get divided by the city level to arrive at the quality of life score. So the city level is level 4 because this is a minor city at London. So the 100 is being divided by 4, which gives us the, excuse me, 25 is going to be what it's trying to get to. And so it just slowly is moving up towards 25. Education is only like, you know, it's only like it's 75 divided by 4. So it's about 18. So it's about where that's going to end up being. So that's going to sort of arrive at that particular point. And then we've got security scoring through here as well. Is going to end up being, what's it going to end up being? It's going to end up being, divide that by 4 is about 12.5. So around about 12. So it's already almost there. We must have had something else just to raise it slightly. And then the health score is 0 because we don't have any actual health points. We need to get this on top of this one. Housing as well. This is new as well. Public housing assets are optional as the populace takes care of itself. However, if free housing is offered, it helps keep workers' population happy and in place. So if we can get hold of that, that's going to be useful. So, seeing this is a mediocre meritocracy, yeah, they're fine. Hi, Eddie Ballgame, saying good morning, Daz and Chat from Alaska. There we are. Loving this DLC. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's a great DLC. There's so much in it. But housing is now a new aspect to this. The quality of life score. So both on the health, security, education, and entertainment quality of life zones. If the quality of life is higher than the zone civilization score, it will increase happiness. Now, if it's lower than the zone civilization score, it will decrease happiness. And at the moment, it's 6, and actually that's a quality of life score. Civilization score is also 6. So it's basically just sort of sitting along here at the same time. The high limit for zone quality of life is the quality of life score average plus the lowest quality of life score divided by 2. Now, the lowest quality of life score is 0, so we end up with essentially the total amount of all of this stuff. So what's that, around about, say, 45, thereabouts. Hang on, that's not quite right, is it? The high limit? Oh, the high limit is that divided by 2, but I need this to get up. So I need to keep on adding more and more of the elements in. So that's just by choosing this civilization score of the population. Cultural adaptation is 100%. So this is actually, this is what we started with. Is the Londonuk is the actual culture name that we have. Got logistics, which is no problem there, so we don't need to worry about that one. It's the happiness in through here. We've got very high worker happiness. Hunger is none there. And then these guys here, their loyalty is high. This is the casualties over time with the casualty rate, trying to keep the short-term casualty rate over the average over the last 3 rounds below the threshold to avoid negative consequences. And so that is fine. So both of these are actually fine. But we have other factors now impacting on this, which is a problem. Sorry about my voice again, guys. I really do apologise. It's sort of I thought that it was going to be okay, but it's actually really, it's just not working for me, my voice. I'll keep on going though, but it's sort of it is annoying. I've been sort of ill for quite a time now. Anyway, so we need to get this down, the danger levels. So that's going to happen just slowly over time. Now, are we building anything? That's, I guess, is the next thing. Again, I've just pressed WASD again, so I'll just go back to I, just to get inspection mode, just so I don't accidentally sort of click on something. So if I go back to London, have a look at the assets, see if there's anything being built. The ammo factory has just been built, so that one will now start to load in the actual ammo, which will be good. We also need to try to get, at some point, some oil, because oil is really, really struggling. We've got a rebel group that's just formed up in here from our old secretary, who has got the other 2 sources of oil from this particular region. These ruins also provide us with oil. They're the only easy ways for us to get oil. There's other ruins up here as well, which we have this ruin in here, but it's probably just a little bit too far away. And we do actually have another one there, which we could make use of, actually. Yeah, and what do we got there? This one here is giving me machines. That's very, very useful. Anyway, let's keep it going. So at London, we're going to need to start to build things. Now, we've got very, very minimal industrial points at this stage. We are getting a lot. So we've just finished building something, like I'm thinking it is just that last one that we're looking at there, the ammo factory. I think it was just built recently, unless something else was. If I go back to the zone, so if I'm looking at the actual zone itself, and just have a quick look and see, nothing else. What about the castle now? The bureaucratic offices are up and running again. That's good. But I'll just go back to back to London again. Now, if we're going to be building in here, we just go to construction in here and just go to government. You can see there we can start to build the hospital here. Now it's going to be 2 rounds with 190 industrial points. At the moment, we don't have any. We've got 44 energy, so we're right on the limits of energy as well. But that's I think that's misleading, because I think that's actually being sent off to units as well as industry. So let's just keep that where that is. So these improve. The hospital is, if I just go and click on that, you can sort of see there, it's going to give me, please produce 100 quality of life health. So that's actually worth grabbing as soon as we possibly can get it. So I think I'll just start to build that one now. We also have this one here, the high command would be also very, very useful. But this one here, getting these points here would be great. So I'll start construction there. And that's going to then start to build up the quality of life. But we're going to be chomping through our industrial points fairly quickly with everything that's sort of going on. So that's that one done. Back down this way, I really can't afford to build anything else just yet. I'll just put the units back on so we can sort of see what's going on. The idea here is that we now sort of rush in and start to put pressure on this particular location if we can. We've still got some units that have taken damage, although that's not too bad, to be honest. These we don't have replacements for. These are Galactic Republic troops. I would like to sort of find a way through to cut off an area, if we could. Where's the other tank gone? Some of these aren't ready yet. We had another tank. I can't see where it is. That's not good. We had one tank here. I didn't bring it to the front. These all need to have more people. If I just go back into the replacement troops, yeah, we've got 500 there. That should be enough for what we need. Gosh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's a Velociraptor, which is not the one I'm thinking of, because we've got another one that's like a major tank. But I cannot see it. It's not there. That's actually... I might just go back through the history and just have a look to see what actually happens here. So if we just go back to next battle... Yep, so they're attacking us in through there. That was it. Okay. You think it's under order of battle? Maybe. It's infantry, independent. I did associate it with one of the groups. That's the Velociraptor there. Or am I getting more confused? Maybe I'm... Ah, there it is. It was under there. Okay, we do have a tank here as well, which is extremely strong. And it's also now trying to get its supply of energy back up. But it still can go and attack if we needed to. So I can start to use these to start to segment off the various locations. But again, I don't need to rush this. We can just sort of stay where we are for a period of time. And I mean, I could start to push it back in around here. I could also break straight through and actually start to put pressure on, but I'm not really ready for that yet. So I think we'll just sort of stick where we are. We're not at war with these groups, but we'll just sit back and sort of just try to contain the rebels before they sort of get too close. So I think I'll just leave the turn like this until we start to sort of get on top of the money. And we are going to have to sell off things every turn, I think, just to keep on top of the cash. Okay, we've got quack doctors active in London. Then we are in full... Yeah, this is just the Zeitgeist, the crisis that we have. Right, so we've got a few more different things we can then go and do. Spending 1,000 credits, yeah, we don't want to be doing that. So we're down to... Oh, so they've still kept the money there. Unit with low supply. Just go and dismiss that one. Low treasury levels, yep, that's okay. To get more credits, you could sell some items, yes. And we can actually sell off the machines because we're getting them every single turn. We're so lucky to have that mine down in here. This is why I've got like someone actually guarding it, because it's just so critical all the time. Now we're starting to make some energy now, which is good. The other one at London, we're going to be building that hospital up, so that will just have to stay where that is. Everything else is sort of where that is. These guys haven't moved forward at all. Let's just go up and meet them. Just go and press M and move them in. This one here, just important to check the recon on these sorts of areas. In these sand dunes, we actually have terrible recon, which is sort of interesting. Like, we only have to get to 40. So if I move this one up, I'll just try to explain what's going on here. These have got a recon of 1. So they sort of give like 1 extra recon value. If we have a look at that at the moment, that's at, this one here is at recon 35. And if we move this one up into here, this will then should put pressure on this one. It's now 43, which means that it's no longer like it's actually now like we can pretty much can be sure with that one that there's nothing else in there. So we've got minimum recon for unit information is 40 and 42 for this hex. We needed just a little bit extra because of the sand dune. We're at 43 now, so I'm just going to move that one in. We're now aware of something in here. We're at 26 recon. We know that there's something in here, but we don't know what. So I'm just going to keep on moving these up. Now this one here is at 18. Let's move this one up into here. And that looks like that is now 26. That is now 34. I don't think it's 35. 39. I'm going to take the punt that that's nothing much there. So we'll go with this one here. Yep, and we'll just sort of start to put pressure on this particular group. So we can sort of only really leave those where they are. Bring the commander back out, and so we've sort of got, looks like they're going to be in the in these areas in through here. Now they can live off the land, so we don't need to sort of do anything else there. Right, that's all good. Again, do we need to? One thing I might do is get rid of this guy. 8-to-1 odds. I might just do a single attack. I could bring this other one in at 10-to-1 just so I get the you know, a little bit extra. Let's just go and do that.
Move out. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did lose 1 unit. Just take that one across. I'll just move that one up. Oh, hang on there. That's probably more important to keep on top of the food at this stage. So just keep them where they are. Most of these have got like special wasp hives. Like they're quite powerful with their abilities to do different things. Everything else is picking up where it needs to be, which is good. This is, we just want to contain these at this stage until we can get some other heavier forces across that way. Like now that we're getting good ammo, we could start to use the ammo with these artillery to go and do other things as well. All right, so how are we going at London? So we're only doing a little bit at a time, unfortunately. So our industry is struggling to actually fulfil the needs of getting. We've only done 0.2 of the what should have only been 2 turns, but it's taking a long time. We need to get other industry as well. It may be that we go to Castelnau and then start to fix that one up a little bit better as well. Let's have a quick look and see if they're happy. You know, they're actually not too bad. I'm thinking we might change that to an incorporated zone. It's only level 1, which means that the happiness, when it does try to get the quality of life things, Yeah, this is rock bottom for these guys. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, again, we've got high unrest. That will slowly come down as we've sort of got units back in there. Let's just leave that where that is for now. We'll just keep this front line where that is as well. We just really can't be doing too much at this point in time, to be honest. So we'll just end our turn here again. Oh, hang on, we've got 7 decisions. Now, usually the zone decisions are the worst ones. We've got protests in London. Now, we have some problems in here. Sending the troops to end the protest. We're not going to give any of their demands. Now, the oratory roll is going to be 31 plus basically 50. There's a chance that could actually happen. That's probably their best option. Let's do that.
Understood.
Yeah, we failed. So unrest increased, unfortunately, so this is going to make life even harder. Quack Doctor's active. Yes, I'll give my full support.
Understood.
Yeah, danger increased again. Unrest. Wow, this is terrible. National budget allocations. We've got Military Research Council. You've got 24, 20. I'm actually not unhappy with that. I might just raise this one up to say 30. And then I'll keep these. I'll get this one down to 30 as well. I'll just keep both of these on 20.
Yes, sir.
Policy speech. All right, so this is where we have to now start to fulfill on these things. Your goal is that your private assets reach at least 13 levels. And that's probably the one we're going to have to go with because we need to be building hospitals and things like this. Mining, I don't have any plans on building any more mines just yet. The goal is your average relations with other regimes reach 49. I'm going to go this way here.
Yes, sir.
Enact universal medical care law. So these are now law votes which are new in the game. So on the initiative of Marshall Front, the Senate is holding a vote whether to enact the universal medical care law. We don't let anyone rot away in the gutter. So proper health care will also include a focus on fertility. So law affects quality of life. Health goes up by 50%. That's good. I like all of this, to be honest. So now if I can just let them do their own voting, which they're going to pass it anyway. Which I do have 143 political points if I wanted to do anything. It's all going to affect my word score, so I'm just going to lean back and just let it happen.
Yes, sir.
And so the law was enacted with 95 votes in favour and 5 against. Yep, that's good. It'll make the people a bit happier as well. So saying everyone's in favour, pretty easy to get yes. Guardians offer technology, but for 76 credits. Gas-powered small arms. Now that's, again, I sort of want these. We like unfortunately I just can't afford it. Even if I sell things off, it's still going to be too much. So I'm going to go no. So Manual Republic, its parliament turned against us. So the otherwise always calm and practical parliament of Armenian Republic is trying to turn their president against us. And worse, they seem to be swaying president of Armenian Republic, where the majority of their opponents in the parliament are rather slim. A minor political influencing operation might well decrease their majority. So I'm going to go. If we do this one here, we can't win that. It's just not metal. There's nothing else we can do.
Roger that.
That's okay. All right, so that's all done. Right, we'll now just sit back and wait. I've seen Vic has been busy releasing 4 beta patches since the DLC release. Oh, has he? I haven't seen any come through. Maybe I've turned the beta off. Killed 300, lost 200. That's okay. Okay, so I've brought Monument at Asset, social standing feat for 500 credits. This is, so Private Joe has, the Director of the Economic Council. Brought Monument at Asset. I'm not sure where that actually is. And discovered water deposits in Castleknock. That's useful. And London has activists and humanitarians proposing to borrow money to help a free folk settlement in dire need. Again, we've just got the same thing sort of going on. We gain bureaucracy. Great. And we've now got bureaucratic push. Field training back in there. Yeah, money's not going down as fast as I thought it would. I think we're making some money through trading every like if we've got surplus, we do trade it away. Yeah, I think I might go to the give zone orders and we'll increase the salary there. Oh, hang on. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to just go and do it. Now, if we go back to the zone orders, at Castleknock,
Standing by for orders. Roger that.
so we now have a something we can then go and do in here. So in this case, we're going to give, now what have we got in here? We've got the worker's salary. I need to get that up to about 5. So we're going to more than double it. Recruits and colonists, I'm not going to be bothering about them at all. I'm just not going to worry about this either. It's sort of tempting to push this across now as a regular zone. I think I might do it. While it's a village, it makes it easier to do that one. So let's go and actually, that will then start to pay tax as well.
Roger that.
So that's just gone up by 15 due to their salary increase. Okay, now we've got different things in through here where we're going to allow the private aid. Morality is going to go up by 20. Enforcement goes down. Heart goes up. Can't afford that.
Understood.
So we'll give that private aid across. People feel like they saved a day, but they also took it on a heavy debt. That's okay. Walkout agitator in London. So investigate who is now. This is going to be difficulty is 50 plus 2 die 100. Yeah, average is 154. So we don't really have much of hope of doing this. Unrest goes up. Now, unrest is going to go up. This is an investigation role. I'll try to explain what happens here as well, I think, just so that you sort of can see, like, at the moment, if we go and do this one, Lord Zon is going to be then doing an investigation. And so, and that's going to be this one here. And so the ability to lead an investigation to find out who the ringleaders are of troublesome groups also help to give guidance to local security forces. Used in unrest events, zone security level calculations, etc., etc. At the moment, he's at level 14 with this one through here, and the asterisk there means that he's just gone up. So recent skill usage, three usage points. The more he uses it, the better off he's going to be. But if we do it, if I exit out of this one now, we do actually have the unrest. It's not terrible, you know. So we could actually just go and see what happens if we go and do this one. Meritocracy will go up. If I don't do this one here, if we just ignore the agitation, unrest will go up by 15. It's fear, that's unrest there. If we do this one, it's probably going to go up by 20 or 30. I think we do it. I think we still do it. And that gives him another role here. And if we have a look at Lord Zon and his skill log, that's not showing it there. History. No, I'm not seeing it there. But this is it. This is what he's actually done to help out with different things. So he personally is spending like XP to improve prospecting, like to see if they can find anything else. So he's using his own XP to sort of get better. This is why capability is just so important. The high capability guys have got a lot more XP to spend on their own development. So if we go back to the skill log, investigation roll, security increase, average bonus of 1 there. I don't know when that was. Investigation roll there is 54. Let's just go back out again. So we've got a investigation roll. So its skill level is 14. 6 sense bonus of another 4. Leader stat bonus of 20. Leader relation modifier is only 6. So let's do this one anyway, even though we're going to fail.
Understood.
A critical failure. And the unrest went up by 40%. So we've now got a hell of a lot of unrest. And a whole lot of workers then left us because of that. But, yeah, which is not good. So the unrest, ultimately, if I could just close that one down, that should... Oh, hang on, I was looking at Castle, no. Oh, wow, that's gone up by a hell of a lot. So the unrest is now terrible. So so that actually went up by a hell of a lot then through there. Danger is very, very high here. So it's actually a real problem with what's going on in this location. If we go back in again, just to the decisions, if we have a look and see, if we just have a look at him again, it's still 14. I would have thought it would have gone up. No, not seeing it there. So it should have given him a bit of experience to actually be doing that. Let's look at the other decisions we've got. Processing Castle now. So this is sick now, doing this particular one. Sending the troops or calm down the protesters. Again, we've got very limited chance of doing this one, but this will then help with this roll here. So I'm going to go and do that one.
Roger that.
So 60, roll of 60 basically versus difficulty there. So there 60, what do we have? We had 52 plus the 8 that we sort of started with there. Anyway, it's all experience. Militia needs extra funds. Now that's 300 credits. Let's go across to trade. And they'll take it. That's a good price. And we've got a lot of machines. Let's sell off 8 machines.
Roger that.
And let's go and sell off metal as well. I've got a heap of metal for 1,000 credits.
Roger that.
All right, that's done. If we now just go back to that decision again, so militia needs extra funding, yes, we'll do it. So militia will then go up. This is important for us. This is actually in the profiles. So we want to get the militia as high as we can. This is going to just be more stable for our government.
Yes, sir.
And Interior Council task priorities. Now this is taxation is important, but it's not going to really matter that much. I'm going to make this one go down to say 10. Tariffs down to say 5. Interior policies, I'll make that one go to say 40 and then 45 for human resources. Maybe even more, maybe down to 30 and 55. Just confirm that. This should give us more cards for high level people.
Roger that.
Which is what we need him to be sort of bringing to the table as much as possible. So Brian's saying you could attach your advisor to him. Yeah, actually you could have done that too. Yep, so Steve Bryan's saying, thought you might have taken the Gore's small arms. You're sitting on 36 machines. Yeah, I could pay for it. It's one of those things. I've still got to research it anyway. So I guess it's not too bad. But anyway, too late now. Just go back to this one here. All right, that's all going up. Let's see how this hospital is going. 0.8 of a turn left. We are making reasonable industry here now. So we'll get that one sort of done. We're getting energy stored up, which is good. What's our maximum that we can have? 633. Okay, that's good. And so we'll just keep on sort of thumping along here. And then we'll just get ready for chomping out a big slice of this when we're ready. Bring them across. Now we've got another group coming in here. It's a territory. I think this is AI. Yeah, I'll just leave it where that is. I think it was robots, in there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll leave all that where that is at this stage. Oh, we lost a Galactic Republic guy there. Look, what I might do is, this is the same as the other one around the other side. I'm going to move that one around and bring it up into there and just make that a group of 10. That will be fine. And yeah, everything else we're sort of struggling with here a little bit, with fuel and things. Just waiting to get this hospital done. Bacterial disease in London. God, we're not having much luck, are we? Gain martial tournaments. All right. So, yeah, Eddie Ballgame saying, sad that the bulk of the recent negative Steam reviews are related to Vic implementing AI art. I like what he has done, and it is optional. Yes, I agree. It's I think it does enhance the game. I like it. But I can also understand why people don't like it, to be honest. So it's sort of one of those things. Just keep that one where that is. It's a tricky thing. Now, if we go into here and go to transfer, we're going to be transferring across to this one here. So just moving all of them across, transfer, done. And that's now up to full strength. All right, we'll leave them where they are. I think we'll start to get rid of this now. I'm assuming the hospital, if it's not built, it's going to be extremely close now. Yep, it's just finished construction on the hospital. Means we're going to get a lot more of the industrial points. Let's get more industrial points, because that's the thing slowing us down. We'll go to Castle now. And we'll just go, like, the trouble here is that we do have some energy problems. Oh no, it's worker problems more than anything. Well, let's sort this one out. If we go to construction. Solar panel would be good. Industry 1 is 3 rounds. I'm just not going to, I'm actually pretty close. I think I might throw this one in. Let's get this one done. This is also an important one for us. Getting one of these. Actually I could do that one straight away. I might do that now, actually, before we do the energy. Let's go back to London and build one of those. We Needed 20 energy. Okay, no, we're running out of energy, but I've got energy there. I'm not sure what's happened there. Let's just go back in and just go to construction. And industry. Yep, so I'll start this one here. This will give me 200 fuel per turn.
Understood.
We have good food coming in, so food is not really an issue. That's going to then allow me to get more armoured cars and things like that, which would be great. So we'll get that one done, and I can sort of afford that with the energy that we have as well. The hospital will now sort of really start to increase London's ability to do different things. The quality of life is going up slowly. The health score will start to rise right up. Might also get security as well. Okay, let's keep it going. So Robert's saying hospitals produce IC. What do you mean by IC? Sorry? I'm not sure what IC is. Hospitals produce health points. To explain how it works. The hospitals will produce 100 health points. Health score will go up by 100 divided by the city level, which is 4. So we've got a city level 4 there. So so that will then have like a health score of up to 25, which will then push up the health score from here, which will have it go up, and then eventually that will then sort of put pressure on the quality of life score. Quality of life score will then give me a civilization score. I need to get to 9 to then get to the next level of civilization, which does allow me then to build a whole lot of other things as well. So they all work together to end up sort of pushing things. I don't know if it'll show me what the civilization score level is there, but I'm not sure what you meant by IC, sorry. Yeah, but I don't know what that is. Okay, if we continue on, and leave that one where that is. I think we'll just leave these where they are at this stage. And I'll just go to our decisions. This is salaries. Might raise the money there. Raise the soldier salaries. And we'll raise the secretarial salaries as well. Maybe even zone governors. Just get them all up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
So that'll increase the morale everywhere. Excuse me. Now we can bring in another organisation, but I'm not really ready for it yet. So I'm going to go none.
Yes, sir.
Sabotage in Castleknock. So we've got workers are very unhappy in Castleknock, and there is even resulting in saboteur being active. This is only causing unrest, but also serious public production penalties. Unfortunately, we're really struggling with this. Now, if we do the investigation, you can see there is 50 plus 2D, like an average of 151, versus nothing much at all. Now, if we give them an extra payment, democracy will go up. No one wants to do that. Unrest will go by 25 if we do nothing. Oh boy. I think I'm going to investigate it, even though we're going to get a failure. Yeah, 40% increase, which is a problem. Bacterial disease outbreak in London, give it a priority. So there's no way, again, we can do this one.
Understood.
And again, everything's going to go terrible. Like danger just went up by 50, unrest increased by 14. We lost a heap of population. It's really not good. Okay, they're in search of a special item. Desperately searching for a rare ancient gadget that we might actually get our hands on if we make an effort. So, in this case, with the advisor suggesting that we give it to them, yeah, I can't see any reason not to. We want to keep them on side, so let's go and do that one. that will be fine. Okay. It looks like there's nothing there, but I think that I thought there was two groups. Just move them up. And I'll just keep them back where they are as well. And how are we going in here? Whoops, hang on. The assets. Yeah, biofuel, nothing actually happened there. Oh, hang on, no, we just did the hospital anyway, so that's okay. We'll just end our turn there. Now, we're dug in fairly well along here now. Discovered a new tech rocket engine. Don't really need that. Organizations. Generated one new stratagem. Don't like this. Just put a bit of pressure on them not to sort of come into our territory. I might just move that one in as well, just to stop them from moving around. I don't think they're going to be able to do much in here. We're getting close here, I think, to pretty much rolling up one whole side of this, but I'm going to need to sort of split some of these out, I think. Certainly have sort of everything a bit stretched. We could risk this. I think I will. Yep, no, that was okay. So they're at 31. Just rifle militia. Let's bring them in. So we've got them sort of surrounded, but they're going to be dug in really, really well. It says their entrenchment is there. We'll just keep it where that is. All right, now still not really ready here yet. Commander offering services. You've been visited by a former military commander of Disabula. This commander is willing to join our state in return for his assistance. The required favour is that you are to liberate his home village in 2315 within 7 rounds. 2315, where's that? This one is 2530. 2330. 23, where's 2315? Hang on. Haven't got a hope in hell. So that's just not going to be able to happen. So there's no way we can do that.
Roger that.
So we've got to be careful now what we commit to. Okay, so Stalin's pet is saying IC is equal to industrial capability, industrial points. Oh, okay. If you mean like the points that we have here, the industrial points, no, the hospitals don't help with that at all. So that's that's coming from a few different sources. If we go back to assets, so we can sort of see in different zones, like we've got London and we've then got the castle now as well. But with London, the industrial points are coming back in through here. We can sort of see exactly where they're coming from. If we sort of hover over, where is it? Let's just do it down here. So that's these are the industrial areas, but these don't actually provide any other things as well. I'll just get rid of that for a second. If we go to industrial points, we've got the SHQ delivery is 120. Zone construction, it's got 120 could optimally be consumed. 1 to 13 was actually available and consumed by the zone. Assets that consumed it essentially was building up that biofuel refinery, consumed all of the ones that were available. This was the production. So it's got 149 can optimally be produced, 145 was actually produced in the zone. Assets that contributed, so 100% production of the light industry produced 27 industrial points, and 94 production, industry 1. So now light industry is going to be, where is it? Light industry, so that would be down in one of these. There's our industry. Thought it would actually end up being one of the private sector ones. Let's have a look and see. 100% production, light industry 1. Produced 27 industrial points, 94% production of industry 1 produced, which is the one that we have in town, industry 1. Produced 50 industrial points. Service tax contributed 68 industrial points. So we're getting more for these service tax than through anything else. Click to view any of the assets that are concerned. So if we have a look and see, oh, there it is. Yeah, so there was another. So there's a private sector one as well, but also the service tax. That's cool. I didn't know that you could do that. The filtering. That's actually really good. Okay, really appreciate your explanation of game mechanics as you play. That's not a problem. Yeah, I enjoy it. So the service tax is certainly contributing a hell of a lot to nearly everything, I think. Yeah, particularly with this sort of stuff. So anyway, that's useful. Castle now won't have anything, pretty much. It's just, again, service tax will be the only thing producing anything else in there. So but that's good. At least we're getting a fair bit there through other means in London. Go back to the map. All right, so they're now all done. We'll wait until we get sort of really start to push this one. We've got good ammo, so we can still store a hell of a lot more ammunition. Just go and end our turn one more time. Oh, now this is interesting. Who's this? That may be the other major that has now decided to attack them. These are wandering around. A work crew accident, people are asking questions. Why, God, I tell you what, this has been a hard game. Hydroponics. 3 new stratagems. All right, now we just need that one to go back to there. Yeah, this is the Iranian Republic. So even though they had given them these guys, they were going to protect them. They're not. They're going to take them over. Now, what's the sunk battery give? Energy, 30 energy. That would be good. I can't do anything about it. Excuse me. Well, they're certainly growing, and they're certainly becoming quite aggressive. We're going to have to sort of turn aggressive again fairly soon as well ourselves. I'm going to assault this one, I think. So we've got from what we know about this one, their recon is 53. I need to have better recon there. So I'm going to fly the aeroplanes if I can. So I'm just going to go and give them a recon job. Like if they go across into air recon, I'm going to first of all start by flying over to try to get the recon up as high as I possibly can. So air recon, let's just do it.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Fox.
We increased it by over 100, which is good. And so we're sort of now seeing sort of where everyone actually is and what they're doing, which is all we needed to do there. I can still go back in again. I can even do another air attack or something. Now, the air attack, we're not going to get as much. So I'll just do an air attack. There's nothing that they can do against us. Found even more. We've got the recon now up to 200. So we've even exposed a few more that were actually in there. We shouldn't sort of... One thing we may sort of find is that as we do this, we should now have... With the recon that we have, we should now be able to see exactly what they're doing, like in terms of their how dug in they actually are. So they've got entrenchment, unfortunately, of 100. So the entrenchment is really, really high. The experience is 31. Their morale is 50. Their readiness is 100 as well. So they're really, really ready for fighting. Now this is... I'm going to go and attack now with this. Now that I've got good recon, I know what I'm aiming at with the with these artilleries. So I'm just going to go and do a... I'm going to grab this one here and do a... not an air attack. We're going to do a ranged attack. This one here. So we're going to range attack this one with... Actually, I've got that one there as well. This is actually a nuclear weapon, a one-shot nuclear weapon. I don't want to be using that, but I can fire that all the way back from home. So I'm just going to go back in now and just fire both these. And so these are going to hopefully knock out a little bit of their readiness. And I don't think they'll do any damage, but this is mainly to get rid of their readiness. So let's just do the ranged attack. Now, what that did was it got rid of some of their morale, and so their morale has now dropped a little bit. The entrenchment is now 41. See the entrenchment there, 125, 125. So it's going to be very hard to dislodge these guys, like very hard. If I just go and click on OK, that really wasn't enough, and that would have cost me a lot. I've still got a lot there. If we have a bit of a look back in here, so their readiness has dropped to 46, but their entrenchment is still at 100. So this is now still too difficult for me because I'm thinking of going in with this group. I've only got 4 groups surrounding them to go in. If we have a bit of a look to see what that would do, if I just go back to move, that's just going to then add into it like a standard attack. So it says 1.4 to 1 odds, which is not good enough. Now the other thing I can do here is to push them out of this location and like give them a way out, which unfortunately they've got to be able to then have it themselves, which I can't do. So I'm thinking of moving one of these out and squeezing it back out this way, because I'll fight to the death if they're surrounded like this. So that's still not good enough. Cancel that. And the other thing I could do would be to bring other forces across to help out. What else do we have in here? Nothing else just yet. Let's just see if we can just keep on bombarding it with artillery to see if we can actually sort of break its hold there. Got 3 decisions. Accident with crew. So Sarah worker crew got killed in an underground scavenging. Okay, so it was our fault. Everyone wants to do that. Yeah, we'll do that. It goes up even more there. Now that's sick again. I think we'll do that.
Roger that.
Everyone just, yeah, that's... word score is decreased. Where's that? Not sure where the word score is. Guardians offer technology. So this one here is offers to sell us the basic concept of the power plant. And again, I don't want to keep on passing this up, but it's just so expensive. They're holding celebrations. Just send a small delegation.
Roger that.
Now this one here. money that we've got. If you look at the management again at the techs, it's the power plant there. God, it's sort of a bit of a useless one. I really want this combat armor. That's what I really want. Excuse me. Sorry about my voice here, guys. It's really annoying me. Yeah, we can barely defend one front, says this day. Yes. No, we're struggling here. We are struggling quite badly. It's not been easy. No, economically, we really are not doing well. How are we going with this other asset? Still 2 turns left, unfortunately. Oh, gosh. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water, be right back. Okay, so him is then saying, do you get any combat modifiers for recon? Yes, you do. What it does is it makes everything else more accurate. And so you end up, the higher the recon, actually I should have shown that. Actually, I think I still can now. I think we've now got combat reports back in here. Have we? Not there. I thought there was something now where we actually ended up with combat reports, which is something I've been asking for a long period of time, just so that we can always go back and have another quick look and see. Funny, I was sure there was stuff in here. I can't think of where it actually is now. Or is it under history? Might be in a different area. It's not in there. No, we're not seeing it there. I know there was a place now where it actually is, I think. So Jorum's saying, I feel like the base game got harder. Yeah, I agree. I think it has. I think it has a lot harder, actually, because just things seem to just run against you, don't they? Not seeing it there, so it's not that one. If we just go back to history. This is the battles that came against us, but it's not our battles. Gosh, where is it? I thought there was a replay of the battles. We could sort of see different things. You think it's under vid, do you? Is it under that way? Let's try that. Nope. There's nothing else there. No, I'm not sure. There's none of those. It's got to be under report somewhere. But I can't remember where it is. It's not that one. It's not the letterbox. It's not that one. Zones, no. HQs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it is. It's under history, is it? But where do we see it under history? Because it's not going back through the battles that I played out. It's only going through what happened in the AI's turn. So the history log. So I can go from regime to regime and play them out. But it doesn't show what we just did. So no, it's not that. So it's only if there's a battle that came up against us, we'd be able to then sort of have a bit of a look. Like if we go to next battle in through there, we can sort of see things happening, but not. So I'll just go back out and then just replay it again. Back to history. So we're seeing attacks, but we're not seeing any detail from those attacks at all. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, so Den Store is saying, sorry, I didn't catch that part. I don't think there's any way to go over battles. I thought there was now. I thought there was a way to do it. But I can't see it there. I thought it was under reports. But it's not there. Anyway. Guardians offer technology. So, power plant for 768. I think I'm going to say no again.
Roger that.
So we'll just leave that one where that is. Now we'll get our fuel up. No, it's not even the history in the next one, unfortunately. Okay, so his tab top left. I thought just for the current turn. You have to look for the turn of battle, yeah. So Casanova is confronted with vagrant but peaceful mutants. Posse is forming. Now what have we got here? Okay, so here we go. We've got to find the best candidate. It's not easy as you think. It's an art. This is a political pack stratagem. So we'll provide you with the HR Excellence Regime Feat. Regime Feat effect. To find the best candidate is, yes, I've already just had a quick look at that one through there. So new leaders will have more skill points, especially older ones. Type and conditions. This political stratagem belongs to the meritocracy category. It's a rare stratagem to find in a political stratagem pack. It's normally executed by the Director of the Interior Council. And so we'll provide you with the HR Excellence Regime Feat. Now, this is important for us. This is actually something that will turn the tide a little bit against for us. So this is actually something that's just a one that does come through the meritocracy pack. I've got a balcony falls. This one's come from the oligarchy category. So we can actually have this one here. We assassinate a leader. There will be a difficulty. Altruistic resignation. So inspire everyone by taking a voluntary step back to the reserve pool. This is a political pack stratagem, so we've got that one as well. And then pans ahead as well. So with the meritocracy, we're always trying to find the best person for the role. And so HR Excellence is a really good one. These are the regime feats. We actually don't have any yet. So this is our first one that we actually then get to apply. So I'll just explain a little bit about how that one works. We'll just go and get rid of that one. I recruit senior. This is another good one as well. Great. Okay, this is exactly why we wanted to push up that HR aspect. So we've now got a senior person we can bring in. Increased worker happiness. Yeah, that's one thing we need to try to do. Goal more private assets. We are getting there, but slowly. We do have good energy. Good industry now. I'm going to go. Oops, I keep on pressing WASD. I'll just get down here to Castleknock. And we will actually start to build up in here a little bit as well. So let's just go across to construction. And industry is still going to be a bit of a problem, so I think I'll actually will grab another industry group in here.
Roger that.
So we'll start that construction. And with the other elements that we have, yeah, now we're going to be back down to 53 recon on this location. So we've now lost all of our recon. I'll try to explain again how this one works. What I might do is I'll just get these decisions out of the way. That's fine where they are. I'm just going to keep them. Actually, we've got a lot of political points. So I'll just move them down a little bit.
Roger that.
Vagrants threatened by posse. So some small groups of weak barbaric vagrants are camping and scavenging around the outskirts of Castleknock. Civilians claim that they threaten security. They are organising a posse and are eager to hunt them down. Bloodlust is in their eyes. Carnage looms for the vagrants. Prepare for some unrest if you don't let them vent some steam on these poor souls. Do we allow this? No, we don't, of course. So we'll... it says, let's just chase them away. That one there, everyone's sort of happy with that result. Morality goes up, unrest goes up if we just let them be. Let's take this one here where unrest is not quite as bad.
Roger that.
Morality is now a score that we also then get for just keeping control of how we're going with our virtus, which is important, which is just our stability for our regime. Let's have a quick look and see. Now we went down by a fair bit by just blasting these artillery at this particular group. Now, again, we're not going to know much about these. Like we're now we think it's a readiness is of 100. If we go back to this aircraft, the fuel, you can see it's now completely out almost. It's a bit of a problem here. I might go back to London now. London is with the assets that we've got. We're going to be building the biofuel in one turn, so that's fine. Let's go and build a security area just so we can try to get on top of everything else as well. So we might have a quick look at London. Now they want to build a surveillance station and an asset level of the asset family specified, the private economy to focus on. So this is going to then get the surveillance station, I think, will actually then give us more security in the zone. That's what the private population will then be doing. So I'm sort of happy enough for them to do that. We're nearly at 10 here. Sorry, nearly at 9, which is where we need to be to then go to the next level of civilization. I think I'll let that happen automatically, I think. Like these are sort of stabilized now. This is still rising. There's a chance we'll get there, so let's just leave that one up there. The quality of life down in here is not really all that great. Yeah, so we've still got this industry being built. Let's just let that happen as well. I'll let it go one more turn before we start to really sort of do much. So I won't focus on this one until we start to get the fuel back into these aircraft. So if we have a look at the aircraft again, oops, hang on, where are we? That aircraft there. It's got 17 fuel, so actually it can still fly again. What I might just do is I'll do a save here. Perhaps save game. Just so I can show. I'll do a. I'll show you the way that it sort of then ends up working with the in terms of the like the combat. So if I go and let's just say I do an attack. So I'll do this. I'll just keep on loading things in and doing a bit of a save scum. So at the moment we've got a recon here of 53, and if I just go and attack this with everything I've got, let's go back to the movement. And just push in just the actual troops because we're going to be doing that one. Now, there's a lot of unknowns with this, and it may still work out better, but at the moment we've got like a combined combat power of 7,500. They've got a combat power of 7,862. If we just go and click on attack, we should be smashed. It was discovering more of them.
Requesting backup.
So the defender held, and they destroyed a fair few of our troops. By the time we finished, our recon had gone up to 371. So the recon had improved a lot over the course of what actually happened. Go to the battle report, it's not going to really sort of tell us much. If I go to the detail, we can then sort of have a look at round by round. So it went for 6 rounds. So in round 1, we've got like the units that we've got, and we've got then their units as well, which we don't know anything about just yet. So in the first round, we don't know much about what they're doing. So we've actually ended up getting a, like if we have a look at the actual grunts that are then attacking. So at the start of the round, we've got, now one of them got killed straight away. But every single unit does different things as they walk in. So stats at the start of the round. The first thing was, this is actually what this one had. It had 100 readiness, morale of 70, 23 experience, etc., etc. So that was all its basic stats. It had 180 cover points back into here. I wonder if the others all had 180 as well. Yeah, some of them had even more. So these are each individual little unit from the 7th machine gun. This one here, quick look and see, 189. Yeah, so there was actually, this one here actually had some whirlwinds in it. Actually, what's that one there? Oh yeah, the whirlwinds are the machine gunners. But if we just take these grunts from the 7th, so the 3rd grunts from the 7th infantry, and so they start off this way for each round of combat. So they attack an unknown enemy. They can't see the enemy because they don't have enough recon. So the recon on that particular enemy is, we just don't know. So we've got the attack startup, we have a negative 75 anyway, just as we start to close the gap. The experience, I don't know if it's going to show here what's actually happening, but essentially by not being able to identify them, it does impact essentially the scores to be able to then go and do anything. Grunts is counterattacked by an unknown enemy as well, so this one fires back. Attack score versus offensive score, nothing actually happened. There's one here that died. So attacks an unknown enemy, so it did that one. It's counterattacked back into this other side, but it was also attacked by 2 others automatically. And so there was one that got a lucky hit, but we don't know what the score actually was. It ended up sort of rolling more than what we could see there. So that was still completely unknown. In round 2, we should then start to sort of see that some of the grunts and things will actually be able to now start to identify. There's still unknown enemies because they haven't really identified them properly yet. So we're sort of getting like different attacks going in against unknowns. So they're still completely unknown. By round 3, we now actually have some that are actually, this one here is now retreating. It's attacked an unknown enemy. It got pinned. Again, it doesn't know who it's dealing with. This one here, unknown enemy there, counterattacked. So it's still the recon is still terrible as it goes through. Doesn't show us, unfortunately, where it's got the unit reports there. Panic test. No, it doesn't actually tell us anything about the overall recon abilities of what's going on. But we've got it's all still unknown enemies. By round 4, they now have identified them. So they've now got the recon up to a point where they know what they're dealing with, and then this starts to make a difference really with what they're actually sort of getting up to. But they're now retreating away. Then they're sort of retreating or dead, etc., and then they're finally sort of completely gone by that stage, where they're still being attacked by militia on their way back out. So so it sort of ends up being, it's like the less they know, the more difficult it actually is. If we just go back out again, I don't think I can replay that. But what happens is the recon comes up. So as long as you have less than 400 recon points on the hex you are attacking, you will not be sure to spot all the enemy subformation. So we didn't really get to spot them until we were quite some way in, and I think there's still even more units as well anyway. But anyway, they held on. But it wasn't too bad. Let's just go back and click on OK. Just go and press escape, or go back in and quit the game. And then load. So Cranky Covert saying, I recall the manual saying that unknown enemy units get up to 300% bonus to hit points. Oh, really? Okay. We could even look that up. See, actually, we could do that. Let's just have a quick look and see. Just go back up the top. Oh, no matches. What have I done? Just look up recon. I'm not sure if it'll sort of show it. It's recon zone, losing spies. It's not really to do with combat. Not sure where it'll be in here actually, but it is tricky. Like it's sort of like it's you want to know as much as you possibly can. I'll show you what, like even with with going in and trying to sort of use, particularly if you're going to be using anything at all to do with like it does have an impact. Sorry, let's just go back out again, and so we've just loaded this one back in again. If we go and now use this one, this is ideal for recon, these little guys in through here. If we have a look at these guys, they've got a recon of 5. So when they go in, and if anything that sort of starts to fight or anything like that, now at the moment we've got a recon of 53. We're going to go and grab this guy. We're going to go and give him orders to do an air recon. So I'm just going to do, now if I do an air attack, it'll do some recon and it may do some damage, but the air recon itself is going to do better for the actual recon. So if I go and do the air recon here, now remember we started off at 53, so recon points 53 out of 400.
Birds are in the sky.
And you can see each round that goes past, the recon goes higher and higher. So we got to 158, so that was good. We now actually can see a fair few of the units that are there, but not all of them. And if we just, there we go, I no longer have the ability to go back in and do it again. So we've only got that amount. If I now use these units to attack, it's showing less odds because we now know more information about what's going on. And it may be even worse than what we ended up having. But we should be able to see more. Yeah, that's still just as bad actually. But our recon has now gone completely like to the top, like so we know exactly what's going on. But we did suffer a lot of losses there. So that's actually, so again, if we look at detail, the grunts may know who they've got. So still, there we go. We know some of them, we don't know all of them. So some of them will be attacked by the actual units that are coming back through. So we just don't know what the unseen ones. I know that there is. I don't know where we can find it in the manual, but there is something to do there, where there is actually definitely a benefit if you know where the units actually are. In that case, it didn't do much. But let's have a look now and see if we can actually now make use of the complete combined arms. If I just go back out, quit the game again, load, save game. Oh, here we go. So Cranky Covert saying it's the Hidden Defenders modifier in section 5.10.15.3 subunit attack, and turns out it's 3 times the hit points. Yeah, for 300% hit points there. Okay. So yeah, if they're not seen, they basically defend heaps better. That's basically what that's telling us. I'll just find that in the manual just so we can sort of see exactly where that actually is. We weren't too far off, 15.14. What was it, 15.10? Or maybe we are a fair bit off. Where's that? Oh, hang on, 5.10. 5.10.15. There it is, combat. Thanks for finding that out. Combat loop, and then 0.3, eh? Combat steps loop, yep, so going through basically what actually happens from each side. It's quite involved what does go on with the different units, you know, how things actually do work, the terrain, everything. So, yeah, so an actual attack, yeah, so the basically it's very simple. The attack points, the defender, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Hit scored, experience gain, retreat hit modifiers. Readiness modifier. There's so much going on, isn't there, really? Hidden defenders. If you have low recon on a hex and you're attacking, the hit points of some of the subunits defending the hex can be multiplied by up to 3 times. So, yep. So, yeah. So just it makes them so much more survivable. Keep in mind, however, during the battle you quickly gain more recon points. So over time you pick them up, but if you can start off with the recon, it means that you then have much better chance of killing them off at the time. Also, in terms of when we do come back into this one, again, we've got 53 here again. If I go and grab these little birds, or the sunnies, whatever they are, we'll just go back into the air recon.
Birds are in the sky.
So we'll get our recon up to 158 again. If we now use, I should have probably done this a bit differently, but if I now do the artillery attack is going to soften the target. Now, we're essentially going to end up sort of where we were again last time. But if I just go back and do another artillery attack in through here, like a ranged attack, with those two again. So we use up a lot of ammunition with this. But we don't get any more recon points, and so this is where their ability to have like 300 up to 300% of their hit points makes it much more survivable for them without our recon points. So if we do an attack through here, we did get 1 kill there, and we've hit some of them, but we're not getting any recon because we're not actually in the round itself. And so at the end of that, we ended up getting a few kills, a couple of kills. We didn't see anything new. We know there's a lot more that are actually in there. 2 of them did actually retreat, which means that their readiness will drop, and also their entrenchment should drop as well. Some of them will sort of stay fully entrenched, like it's 105. That's got an entrenchment of 41. That one, so that one did drop a little bit. So these are all dropped a little bit. So it's by doing that turn after turn, we may be able to then sort of slowly whittle them down. Like if we now go back into just standard movement and then just go and attack with all of these again, it says 1-to-1 odds. It's still not good enough.
Move it now.
But we've now gone up to very quickly to high recon, and in fact we won that one. So let's take that. We lost a few units. So we ended up sort of losing this unit. We've still got this guy, which is good, the champion. I thought that the champion was associated with this guy in here. Anyway, he's still part of the group. Let's go to page 2. Yep, no, they're all okay. Oh, there he is. He's with that one there. Yep, okay. So that actually, so that sort of, we did well there. But that was, again, through getting the recon high, softening them up with artillery, and then going in for the attack. So it's actually, it's not just a matter of attacking all at once. It's sort of one of these things where you do want to be going in and softening up first, just to get their readiness down. In fact, the reason we won this one is because their troop modifiers, their readiness went right down actually with that. And also our operational HQ, so Cypher, certainly helped a lot with that particular attack. So let's go and click on OK. So that gets rid of the of those units, which frees up this whole group, which is great. We can now start to bring this one back to where we may need it. So I'm going to swing that one back across now. So we now start to move across to now start to put pressure on this particular group over here. Just go back to the replacement troops. So got 400. We just used up 200. We've got 200 to use up 100 there. Let's just go and get a few more grunts, because we're going to end up with a few of them. And also the machine guns. We're pretty healthy now with our industrial points. Let's have a quick look at the assets that we've got. Yeah, biofuel coming in 0.1 turn. That's great. So just go back to the actual locations that we've got. And how are we going down in here at Castle now? Yeah, 3 turns left for industry, so we're still in the same turn there. Okay, these will be able to come across and then be able to just block this off a little bit for us. And we'll end our turn here. Yeah, they're attacking again. See how they're attacking? First of all, they're doing their air recon, and then they should attack after that. So the AI is using, the same sort of techniques of softening up first. Discovered the university. Oh, that's not what we wanted. So Manus territory has violated our border. So they actually, I thought they were going to be quite friendly, but they're not. Now, our organisation of factions generated 1 new stratagem. Now we have a big problem, because essentially they're going to come swooping through and into this location here. And this whole border is now going to be under threat. So we should be now starting to get fuel. Not yet, but next turn. So next turn we'll start to get fuel from this one. Energy is still going up as well, which is good. I think we have to finish this off as fast as we possibly can now. Which means that these guys have to come across and jump in where they can. So we'll keep them where they are. All right, let's make a move now. Don't worry too much about the damage that we take. All right, I'm going to start to leave a few gaps. Going to go in with that and that.
Engaging enemy. Mission successful.
Good. Yeah, so now we don't really have much time. So now just going to go in with all guns blazing.
Engaging enemy.
I don't want to lose this tank, but
Mission success.
good. Let's push it back. That will isolate this group. There's a fairly big group in there. Just got to stop it from actually being able to retreat back in around. Just leave that one there. And I'm happy enough with where that one is. So we'll leave that one back where that is as well. I am concerned about this other one up through here. Really, we don't want to be losing this. We are going to have to take this as fast as we possibly can now. So we'll just leave that one where that is. Leave them where they are. We don't know what we're going to be facing over here. We know that there's going to be aircraft coming, but we don't know what else. I think I'll just leave this one down in here for now. Got 5 decisions. So Richard Field wants to change in propaganda. He's commander of the 3rd Machine Gun Infantry Brigade. What do you want to do? Yeah, so this democracy goes up if we do that one. Pretty much everyone else doesn't want to do that. That one there is the most comfortable. Let's just do that. National budget allocations, again, I'll just keep them where they are, so no changes there. I think we're really struggling here, actually. The Economic Council task priorities, no changes there either. Demagogue in London. So there is word of a demagogue active in the slums. He is ranting against our aim and convincing people that they should emigrate or join the free folk. It's causing unrest. Convince he's a fraud. Now again, these numbers are super, super hard. I'll try this one.
Understood.
Yeah, critical failure. Again, our unrest is just through the ceiling. To a small town. I'm going to do ask me later, just because that we're not on top of that town yet, and the smaller it is, the easier it is for us to manage. So I'll leave that one where that is. We'll just try to wipe this out as fast as we possibly can. Yeah, they're trying to break back out, which they just achieved. Zeitgeist. Okay, so this one here is word score will go up every turn. That's good for us. Okay, logical thought. Here we go. Civilization level has risen to level 2. So we get another fate pack. So Grand Convention. Actually, one thing I forgot to do was to set up my regime. So if we just go back into the strat cards to start with. We go into a nation. We've got some good ones in here. So this just goes into our actual regime.
Roger that.
I should have done this before. And so what that means then is that when we go back to the reports and have a look, I don't know if it'll show up in here. Where is it? Regime. It's not there. Yeah, it's not showing what we have. Oh, there's HR excellence. Yeah, it's just come in there. So, so new leaders have more skill points. I think we'll, that's just going to be there all the time, but I'm not sure. There is a way we can see that. The profile. Might be under regimes. That's through here, the state overview. we've got the different things we unlock down through this other side. Show regime profile and regime feats. But we're not seeing that regime feat as such. It hasn't kicked in there yet. Maybe it comes next turn, I'm not sure. But generally that's something that, now that we've got it, you know, it doesn't deteriorate at all. Anyway, let's continue on. So they've now moved back away from this location. Now that's that's part of lift the stone, that's okay. They're running out of fuel. Fuel you can start to see now is coming up, which is good. So that will actually sort of, that'll alleviate a lot of problems that we end up having. Just keep them up the top there. At this stage we can't really do much in there, so I'll just leave that one where that is. We should be able to take that next turn, I hope. So we'll give that a bit of a crack. Demands release of a spy. What are they going to give us? 7 PP. It's not really what we want, but anyway, we'll just go this way here. We'll accept their offer. So I think we're struggling. We're going to be struggling here for quite a bit. Now, these recon guys haven't had enough to really sort of check anything out in through here at this stage. Right, well, we sort of, time is pressing now with what we have to then go and do. Looks like we're picking up fuel in here, which is good. So we should start to refuel all the various, like this thing here should end up being green again after next round, I would guess. And we'll just end our turn here. So while I'm saying, which SHQ, the OHQ you mean, are the 2 purple units attached to? The light purple is infantry 1. I now see an infantry 2. They're pretty far from the HQ though. Yes, they are. Now that's okay. They're wasting efforts, but they are moving back in to support themselves. Oh, we killed 10 walkers. Totenist territory. There's now violated borders and declared war on us. Oh boy. This is this group down in here. Oh, that's Manus territory. This one here. Now these are all pushing back into their home. Now we do actually have recon there of 107 already, which is actually good. These guys now are all fully fueled up and ready to go. So let's go and do another recon on this mode and just see if we can actually... Now what have I got there? Just 2 there. Right, let's push this one back. That's actually interesting. That's struggling so much there. I don't know why that would be. Oh, it's because of their abilities. Got scavengers, but we've also got sentinels. This is actually the walkers that they've got. They're probably going to have walkers in here as well. Oh no, they don't have any in the town. Alright, well let's just go and hit it from this angle then in this case. And do what we can in here. So let's go and grab these guys. We'll do I'll do an air recon on this location.
Birds are in the sky.
just so we can try to get this up pretty high. So we've got it to 228. We're seeing a lot of these energy lances and also the wasp hives. So I'll click on OK, and I'm going to have to get going after this. So I'll just go and start the attack. We'll just go back to M again with the movement, and we'll just put everything into this one. So 42 to 1. If we can just push them outside their territory, that's all we need to do.
Move out.
It's good. Good start. We did that one very, very quickly. So that's awesome. And yeah, so this is really good going. We did extremely well. The GR grade machine gunners and stuff didn't take any losses, but did a lot of damage themselves. So we smashed straight through those. Now they weren't protected; they were just out in the sand dunes, like the actual town itself, which does make it a lot easier. All right, that's all we need to do. I'm just going to put them back in there. That way, all of their territory will then dissolve away straight away, and we can now start to move the rest of the troops sort of straight down and get them ready for movement in other places. Actually, I might even just keep this one up in here. Got these guys to sort of surround this new one. Let's just keep them back where they are. And the major faction here hasn't really crossed the border. Here we go. We've now got full fuel in here. This is now starting to come back up. Let's see how we're building. Still got 0.2 turn left to get the industry up and running in there. Industry points are fairly good, but what I want to do is start to now make use of those with more equipment. And the fact that this one here is now declared war. Yeah, surviving AI, minor regime. So we've got, that's potentially a problem. So we're still really stretched. Like desperately stretched. So things aren't going to be easy for us. We can ignore pretty much everything else now. So we can start to move these down into a defensive location. And so we can now start to figure out where do we want that defensive location to be, and it would be good to get these two low mountains to secure those. It would be good to have someone in there as well, and that way we can sort of set up like a location through here. And we're going to be able to then, we've got to get our model designer in fairly soon as well. Research Council tasks, yeah, that's okay. Might have a look and see why this one has just been so slow. Major worker strike in London. Unrest goes up again. I'll just ignore them.
Understood.
Castleknock as well. I'll just have to ignore them again.
Roger that.
So back in here, so Boland's saying, is it ever viable to push the enemy units far away and sue for peace, like with majors, instead of having to isolate and utterly destroy all individual units? I don't think so. I think it more is about gaining ground, digging in, and then just sort of, you don't have to be always on the move, but you do need to look defensively at what you can take, and then have them actually waste their efforts against you. Now, this might just quickly have a look at the reports and just sort of see what's happening with the organisations. Yeah, it's actually all okay. He's just been really unlucky. We've just been turn after turn after turn of not finding anything, and we need to find that combat armor pretty soon. So I'm just going to go no changes there. All right, so we've taken that location. Now all of these guys will then disappear after this turn. We need to just bring other things down. Now I can start to get more armored cars. If I just go back to the that's the preview points. If I go back to the, is it L? Yeah, L. I've got good numbers all the way down here, actually. If I just go back down into here and just go into raise formation. So I'll just make them independent for now. Independent battalion of recon buggies. Now, what we don't we have enough of industry points at this stage, but it's close enough. Let's go and raise that formation there. So we've got a second one there, and we can't afford to raise any more of those. We'll just keep that one where that is. Yeah, they're still attacking down this way. Which does give us a chance to sort of move across. Port Crony CEO, Station Standing Feet for 500 credits, says Lord Zon. Okay, elections have been held, the Marshall Front run the elections. God, just things don't stop, do they? Abductions in Litherstone. Okay, we've got, so we got more private assets than what we had promised, which is good. So we got Litherstone, we got a fate pack and one fate point. Discovered the helicopter engine. This is not what we want. We want the, definitely don't want this sort of stuff. Okay, keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going. Yeah, extra level of private light industry for the selected zone. That's good. All right, we're expanding. Excuse me. Now, they've put pressure all the way up to here. This is just a territory, which means they're going to be sort of just wandering in all over the place. Now, what are we looking at through here? So they've already got combat armor with what they have, which is a problem. God, that's a big problem. Automatic rifles and combat armor. We've got automatic rifles and enviro suits, and our hit points are extremely low in comparison to theirs because of that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there. So thanks for watching. And Eddie Ballgame saying, I hope you're feeling better soon. Yeah, I know. It's just been so long. Anyway, I've got to keep on going and get blood tests and stuff and things like that to find out what's going on. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.